We're reading Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. We're on Laws of Early Morning, Siman 1, Part 4. Therefore, a person must strengthen himself like a lion and immediately awaken from his sleep, and having said Modeh, he should arise with alacrity for the service of Hashem. May he be blessed and exalted. Before the evil inclination comes to him and says, with arguments and excuses to convince him not to rise. For example, the evil inclination will approach him with cunning to convince him to remain in bed in the winter by saying, you can arise now so early in the morning, when the cold still so great. And during the summer, it will attempt to convince him by telling him, how can you arise from your bed when you have not yet had a full night's sleep? Or, with other similar arguments, for the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination knows very well how to ensnare people in the traps from which they cannot break free. Therefore, a conscientious Jew who fears and trembles to obey the word of Hashem must overpower his evil inclination and not listen to it. And even if arising in the morning would actually be difficult due to sluggishness or laziness, he should set as his objective the fulfillment of the will of the King of Kings, the Holy One, blessed be He. And to assist him in this battle, he should take to heart the fact that if a person were to summon him for some lucrative business deal, or to collect a debt, or if somebody were to call him to save his property from an impending loss, such as if a fire were to break out in the city or the like, certainly he would manage to rise immediately, with alacrity, because of his affection for his money, and he would not be neglectful. Similarly, if he would require to go somewhere for the service of the king, he would rise with alacrity, and would not be neglectful, lest he be accused of neglecting his duties. Or he would rise speedily, so as to find favor in the eyes of the king. How much more so for the service of the King of Kings, the Holy One, blessed be He, should a person take care to arise with great speed and alacrity. Moreover, if somebody accustoms himself to this course of arising immediately 4 or 5 times, it will not be difficult for him thereafter. Furthermore, one who attempts to purify himself is helped by Hashem. Siman 5. If it is possible for one to arise early at midnight, to then recite Tikkun Chatzot, this is the most meritorious. It is stated, arise, cry out at night, at the beginning of the watch shift. This practice is similar to that of the Holy One, blessed be He, who laments over the destruction of the Beis HaMikdash at that time. The verse states that Hashem calls out from on high, and from his holy dwelling he raises his voice. He calls out over his destroyed palace. He proclaims, oh, woe to my children, for due to their sins I have destroyed my home, and I have burned my sanctuary, and I have exiled them amongst the nations. If, however, it is not possible for him to rise at midnight, he should at least strive to arise before the first rays of dawn. As the King David of the blessed memory said, I will awaken in the morning, meaning I will awaken in the morning, and the morning will not awaken me. And after midnight as well, one who recites Tikkun Chatzot, after the recitation of Tikkun Chatzot, one should engage in the study of Torah, each individual according to his abilities, with a session in Mishnah taking precedence over other studies. And through this study of the Mishnah, one can merit fulfillment of the soul. For the Hebrew letters of the word Mishnah are the same of those for Neshama, the Hebrew word for soul. If one who is not capable of studying Mishnah, he should recite Psalms in the Maimados, or study books on ethical behavior. A lesser amount of prayer or study recited with concentration is preferred over a greater amount studied without concentration. Rav Chaya taught, whoever engages in Torah study at night merits the divine presence. As stated, arise, sing out at night, and at the presence of Hashem. This verse means to teach us that then, when a person is studying Torah at night, the divine presence is with him. Our sages of blessed memory said that whoever studies Torah at night is called a servant of Hashem. As King David stated, all the servants of Hashem who stand in the house of Hashem during the nights. Even during the short summer nights, when it is not possible to arise so early, at the minimum he should strengthen himself to arise, while there will still be enough time to ready himself to go to shul, to synagogue, to pray there with the congregation.